everyone. Welcome to Voice Engineering Service. Here I'm gonna discuss about our final year project. It was presented by TEENA, Sai, Jashwant, Srivalli, and Ravi. It goes to our final year project, ML powered insider threat detection in organizations. Here our main motto was predicting the threat based on five rules. These are the five rules. Tends to experience conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Opens to experience means it checks system security. Either it is a high or low. And next C, it checks thread rules. And next E, extroversion. Extroversion, it checks sensitive data. Either thread is a sensitive or not. And next A, agreeableness. It checks the thread is a high risk or low risk. And next neuroticism. It checks the thread is a trust or not. And next introduction. For predicting the insider threat, we are using three three ML models. One is convolution neural network and random forest and decision tree. For using these ML models, we are predicting the threat. Under option, we are having thread security measure. Here we are not using thread security measures because thread security measures only used for unauthorized access. But here we are using insider threads for authorized access. That's why we are using ML models like convolution, neural network, random forest, and decision tree. And next, existing system. Existing system means it was already built by someone else. In this, we are using ML algorithm like support vector machines, random forest, and neural network. And next, drawbacks of existing system. In existing system, drawbacks are high computational cost, class imbalance issues, and high false negative. That's why we are taking proposal system. Because compared to proposal system, the existing cost was high and it contains high false negative values. So that's why we are implementing the proposal system. In proposal system, we are taking three convolution neural networks. Like in this, we are taking three ML models. Like one is random forest, decision tree, and convolution neural net. And here I'm taking the advantages of proposal system. It is a early detection and scalability, improved accuracy. Compared to existing system, the accuracy of the model is high compared to existing system. And application. It is used in fraud detection and data protection and corporate security. Next, system analysis. Here I'm taking software requirements as operating system, programming language version, and programming language and development idea. Here I'm taking operating system as Windows and programming language is Python. And here taking Python version 3.6.6. It is a stable version, so that's why I'm taking Python 3.6.6. And next, development idea. Here I'm taking Jupyter Notebook. And next, hardware requirements. Here I'm taking the processor as AMD Ryzen and speed is 2.3 GHz and RAM is 8 GB. And next, here I'm taking the architecture of the insider threat detection. Here we're taking four phases: data collection, data processing, machine learning algorithms, and results. In data collection, we are taking input files and data processing. We are giving the input files to the data reprocessing phase. In this, it filters the wanted data and unwanted data. And in this phase, it removes the unwanted data and gives algorithms like convolution neural network, random forest, and decision tree. In this, we are applying these three models. Based on that models, we are getting the accurate results. In this, we are taking inside a thread database. In this, we are taking collects historical data and user behavior. And inside a thread database, it collects the in, it, input data and next pre-processing. In pre-processing, it cleans and transforms the raw data into meaningful data. And also, it removes the missing values and unwanted data. And next, data visualization. It visualizes the data into graphs, charts, and etc. Next, data splitting. It splits the data into two parts. One is training part and another one is testing part. Next, classification model. Here we are using the classification models as CNN, random forest, and decision tree. And evaluation, we are performing metrics like accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score. Here we are taking four values based on upon confusion matrix. And next, threat prediction. For applying these values to the model, we are getting the high accuracy and also predicting the thread. It is a thread or not. Next, decision tree. Here I'm taking algorithms like decision tree and random forest. Here, decision tree is a supervised machine learning, like it was labeled data. And next, decision tree is used for classification and regression. But here I'm taking only for classification because in classification it produces accuracy. For that I am using decision tree. In this, we already know about decision tree contains root nodes and child nodes. Next, random forest. It is a random forest it is also a supervised machine learning and also it is a ensemble learning. In this, we are taking multiple decision tree for improve accuracy and reduce overfitting. In this, it takes output like majority voting. Like in this, we are taking multiple decision tree. Based on majority, it will takes one decision tree. And next, implementation tools. Here I'm taking implementation tools like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Skitlen, and Seaborn. Here NumPy used for numerical data and Pandas used for data manipulation. It is like filtering, grouping, and merging the data and also cleaning the data. And next, Matplotlib. In Matplotlib, it visualizes the data into graphs and bar charts. Next, Skitlen. In this, we are taking algorithms like decision tree, SVM, random forest, and etc. For implementation of algorithms, we are taking Skitlen and next Seaborn. Have it is also used for visualization. It was the interface of the my website. Before going to this, I will discuss about source code. Before going to our source code, I will discuss the concepts like static. In this, we are taking input files and next templates. In this, we are taking the screenshots of our websites. And next, inside a thread train. In this way, I am writing this our source code in this folder. And next, main. It is used for run the output file. And next, psychometric. And it is the input file. In this, I am taking the data set. Here I am taking the data set from Kaggle. I will show this data set. Just a second. Yeah. Here I'm taking the seven columns employee, user ID, and next OCEAM. Based on these five thread rules, we are getting either it is a thread or not. We are predicting the thread based on these five rules. And next, I will show our source code, source file. This is my source code. In this, I am taking libraries like input libraries like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, sklearn, XGBoost, TensorFlow, and joblib. And next, here I am loading the CSV file. It is in my dataset file name, and here I'm reading the my dataset. And next, here I'm giving data dot shape. It shows the uh, rows and columns of the dataset. And next, data dot head. It displays the first five columns of five columns. And next, data dot info. In it displays the columns and columns data type. Here it shows the uh, like columns like employee name, user ID, and also showing the data type. It is a object, and it in this column the data should be in object, and O column the data should be in integer format like that. And data dot describe. For describe function, we are uh, see the values like count, mean, standard deviation, mean 25%, 50%, 75%, and max. For printing these values, we are using describe and drop. Drop is also a function. In drop function, we are removing the data. Here I'm taking employee name and user ID. And next, here I'm giving conditions like if it is a thread, N is greater than 35 and C is less than 35 and A is less than 35. Based on these conditions, it will detect the thread, either it is a thread or not. And next here I'm taking the graphs like pair plot, figure, heat map, count plot, box plot, and volume plot. These are the graphs. It is a pair plot graph. And next it is a heat map. And next it is a count. Like it checks how many threads are there from dataset. It will takes the data from the dataset and it checks how many it was a thread, how many is not thread, and next it checks box plot, and next also it print the violin plot, and next here I'm taking the five thread rules. Based on these five thread rules, it will predict the thread. And next here I'm taking the scalar equal to standard scalar. Like it will fit the train and test data. And next here we are using the four models like random forest classifier, decision tree, and exit boost and CNN model. In this also I am giving the training and test data. In data analytics, we are always take huge amount for training and less amount for testing. Here I'm taking training data as 80% and testing data as 20%. Here I'm splitting the validation split like zero point 0.2. So here I'm taking test data as 20% and train data as 80%. And next I am printing the random forest accuracy, decision tree accuracy, and exhibit accuracy, and CNN accuracy. Here it was the accuracy of the each model, and based on that accuracy, it will predict the best model. Here, XGBoost was the best model for this insider thread detection. And also, I will show the output of the insider thread detection. How to predict the thread based on five values. Here, I'm giving the path for running output file. I'm using, and next, I will run the output file. It was my output file. Here I'm running the my output file. It gives one server. It was my server HTTP. Here, here it shows the contacts, a contact as an entered thread detection. If we click contact information, it will shows the details. And next, if we select thread detection, it shows the options like about thread detection and return to home. Here I'm selecting thread detection. In this, it will shows the interface like OCEAN values. If we enter OCEAN values, based on that values, it will predict the thread. And also, we are taking the is values from the dataset. Here I'm giving the uh, values like O value is 40 and C value is 39 and E value is 36. And next A value 19 and N value 40. Based on it values, it will predict the thread. So here it was no thread. Here I'm taking these values from the data set. Here I'm taking another example like O value is 50, C value is 20, and next E value is 40. And next A and N value is 20 and 40. Yeah. Now it shows uh, thread detected. Based on that five rules, it will detect it is a thread or no thread. Here we are detecting the insider thread in organization by using the user information. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.